When we talk about the modern greats in the UFC, we always tend to talk about George St. Pierre, Khabib Nurmagomedov, John Jones, but we need to talk about someone like Dustin Poirier too, because Dustin Poirier is one of those person who has never won a real UFC title, that undisputed title. Of course, he has won the interim title, and everyone I have interacted with in these past days, they want Dustin Poirier to win. And as now that we know that this might be the last fight of Dustin Poirier's career, that he needs to win in order to become the thing that he always dreamed of. He has actually achieved in his life what he set out. Winning those two fights with Conor McGregor has made him financially successful. Yes, that's true. But I would want Dustin Poirier to become the undisputed champion once. He has won the interim lightweight title. He has won many of the fight nights, and he has won some of the fights that I have never thought he will win. And as I predicted in my video, where nearly more than 40-50 people in my comment section were saying that you predicted this fight wrong, the last fight with Benoit Saint Denis that he won, and I predicted that he's going to knock out Benoit Saint Denis, and everyone from, especially from France, they were like, no, Benoit Saint Denis will win. And I said that let's see what will happen in the fight. And I would agree that at UFC 299 I was a little bit worried because of the way that people were talking, hyping up Benoit Saint Denis. And it's not like Benoit Saint Denis isn't a very good mixed martial artist. He is actually a very good wrestler. He has a very good pressure game. But Dustin Poirier is something else. Dustin Poirier has a knack. I would say Dustin Poirier has a knack of defeating someone like Benoit Saint Denis, and he will always win against someone like that. But now we have to talk about being an elite undisputed champion, and that's where Dustin Poirier has always failed. He has lost that match against Charles Oliveira recently, where he was fighting for the title. He lost that match against Khabib Nurmagomedov, and now that he is fighting Islam Makhachev, I would say that he would meet the same fate. I'm really I really want Dustin Poirier to win. I am one of his biggest fans, and but still, I would say that if we have to think about this fight in objective way, and this is my, I think this is what I owe to the people who watch me. I have to say things as I really think in my analytical mind. I shouldn't always say what I feel, and I have always said what I felt. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I have this time around. I have to say things like Justin Poirier is going to lose this fight, and just explain how would this happen. I think Dustin Poirier will lose this fight not by wrestling exchanges of Makhachev. I think he will be surprised by knowing Makhachev has very good technical boxing skills too, and very good kickboxing skills too. I think in terms of kicks, Makhachev is already better than Dustin Poirier. Not leg kicks, because Dustin Poirier is good in leg kicks, but Makhachev always has that thing where he will strike with you, and as soon as Makhachev feels uncomfortable during striking, he will turn on to his wrestling, and that's his A game. We all know that. So having that game is a help for you in order to become more reliable in your striking, because now he's relying on his striking. But the thing about these Russian wrestlers that people always get wrong is that they are not delusional to believe that they are good in boxing. This is the problem. Like, when they don't have success in boxing, they will try to do the wrestling. That's their A game, and that's the mindset that they have. That because even though he won his last fight with a head kick, I think Islam Makhachev will still try to do his thing, where he will try to mix in his wrestling in between his striking, and that's how he will win. And I think it's not always about wrestling, but it would be striking plus wrestling. And I think someone like Dustin Poirier is very capable to win in a striking battle against someone like Islam Makhachev. But I think but still, I would say that Dustin Poirier has too much to deal with this in this fight. I think Dustin Poirier is going to lose this fight, and as I say it, I hate myself for saying it, because who would not want to see Dustin Poirier become a champion after such a long time that he's tried. And it's like something about this is very relatable. That's why even I like the work ethic of Islam Makhachev, but these people are a little bit not relatable because of the things that they do. They are too perfect to be relatable, and Dustin Poirier is perfect to be relatable because he failed once twice, and now he's trying for the third time for the undisputed championship. And he's a legend. Like, he has won so many fights in the UFC. I think he's only behind Jim Miller in terms of total number of wins in the UFC. Jim Miller and all these people are like fighting for the ages, and Dustin Poirier is now actually 36, 37 years old. So I think Dustin Poirier will lose this fight, but I would like to see Dustin Poirier to win. That's what I will say. And thinking about this fight, just in a week, and every time there's a lightweight title fight, I'm like, let's. I mean, because the lightweight title fights are always close, then they appear, because they give you a vibe where the champion seems like the champion has always been these wrestler people, like, and if not wrestler people, we had champion like for last 6 years we have champions as Khabib Nurmagomedov and Charles Oliveira, and now Islam Makhachev. So I think the thing about these people is like, not Charles Oliveira, to be honest, because he will mix in his jiu-jitsu skills instead of wrestling skills, but they are good grapplers. But I would really want to see, for once, a boxing champion, for once a kickboxing champion, like Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier might not kick too much, but he's a very good boxer. So certainly like that type of mixed martial artist to be a champion for some time. But that's a very I think where but that's just a wish. I don't think Justin Poirier is going to win, because I have to be honest in this. I cannot say the things like, I just want Dustin Poirier to win and he's going to win. I have did this in the past, not with Dustin Poirier, because I have always believed that Dustin Poirier is going to defeat Benoit Saint-Denis. But I have did these things in the past where I set some fights on the basis of my emotions, and that's the only time that I have gotten my fight predictions wrong, because I have never wrong in my fight predictions. As you can see in all of my last videos, I am the first man who predicted Leon Edwards is going to knock out Kamaru Usman, and he knocked out Kamaru Usman. And then I was the first man who predicted Benoit Saint-Denis is going to lose by knockout against Dustin Poirier, and that's what happened. So I think it's just all about not being emotional this time around, because I would really my like, all of my thoughts are with Dustin Poirier, but man, like, it's Islam Makhachev. We need to respect him now. I've always disrespected his skills, and I have said that he is going to lose against Oliveira. But this time around, I will say, like, Dustin Poirier is going to lose against Islam Makhachev by knockout. That's what I would predict. He will lose by knockout. And it's a very strange prediction to give. Yes, I would agree. But I think he will lose this fight by knockout. And it would be like he will mix up his wrestling. Islam Makhachev will mix up his wrestling with his striking, and he will win by knockout. That seems like a very strange prediction, but not in perspective. If you put that perspective, where he won that fight against his last fight against Alexander the Great Volkanovski by knockout. So I mean, you can say that my predictions are crazy, where I'm predicting someone like Islam Makhachev to win by knockout. Like, it can be a crazy prediction, but I would have to say that you need to respect someone who has just won a fight with a head kick against someone who we think is one of the best strikers in the UFC right now. That's under the Great Volkanovski. So I would say that Islam Makhachev is going to win by knockout. And I would do another prediction video where I would say exactly how this fight will happen. That these are just predictions, don't get me wrong, but that's how they sometimes happen. And especially with me, as I predict whatever happens. And I would like the people that think that I am not good in predicting fights to look at the videos that I have done. And look at the video, especially in UFC 299, where I predicted that Dustin Poirier is going to knock Benoit Saint-Denis knock out Benoit Saint-Denis cold. You will maybe I will link this video down to the description. I hope you like the video. I hope you like the content, and that's what we do in this channel. I'm just a lonely man who don't have any friends to watch martial arts with, and that's what I do in this channel. We talk about martial arts, we talk about football, we talk about things that get me excited generally in a good way, and that's what we do in this channel. If you like the content, please like, share and subscribe. And you can also do one more thing. You can link, you can find the link of my Patreon on my channel, and you can become a member, where I would just use whatever I get to improve the content quality of my channel, improve the production quality, because I don't have time usually. I just do it for fun, and maybe one day I would just have time for it, and I will have the enough, when I will have, like, enough time, I will do more. If you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Maybe I've said it 1,000 times already in this video. Thank you for watching.